My name is Ken Wolf. I'm the Artistic Director and Custodian at the Handicapped Theater. Welcome to our new space. We're breaking it in. I just want to thank Dolores for coming and doing her work with us again. She was with us about 2 years ago, and it was an awesome experience. And again, she's just an awesome woman, and her team is awesome. And we are so thankful that she is here with us. She's an amazing artist. And also, I'd like to thank you guys for supporting Dolores and supporting Mad Rep and supporting New Theater. Because we need to support New Theater because New Theater needs to thrive in this town. And one of the reasons why we had to move was because they were wrecking our building, and we looked for a year for a space, 5 months for a space. Nobody wanted us. Nobody wanted Little Theater. And so thank you for coming and supporting Little Theater, and we're happy to be here and enjoy the show.
Turn off your cell phones.
Just remember that this is my word. That's right, son, my word. The one and only O'Neill speaks. And it goes like this. I come from a shithole of a town called Union Valley. And like most shithole towns, the school that they forced me to attend is called Union Valley High. Well, it sucks. Its principal sucks, and most of the teachers there suck too. Even more, though, are the kids that go there. For the most part, they suck too. Don't get me wrong, though, there are some cute little mamas with their sassy little jeans and tight sweaters to match. Ow! It is definitely true that I actually like to watch them waddle down the hallways. Don't get me wrong, though, I don't go grabbing them or nothing like that. I mean, what the hell do you think I am? Some sort of pervert? Besides, I've got my own little piece of heaven who I truly adore. And if you don't mind, I feel like busting out a little tune of love. Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. Do you feel it? I mean, do you feel what I am saying? Damn, son! I wish I could dance like those guys on the stage. Da-da-da-da-da. Dance. Real fresh and smooth. Man, oh man. I wish I was in a gang like that. The Sharks and the Jets? Yeah. But, to be honest, Union Valley is that much of a shithole that no damn gang would waste its time there. For real. It's truly boring shit. And if it wasn't for my boy Stutton Highway, well, I'd probably kill myself or some shit like that. Of course, I always had the crazy old bastard Caesar. But that was then, and this is now. And if you don't mind, I will only refer to him in the present tense. Because like my old man used to say, you are who you hang out with. And as far as I'm concerned, I am Caesar. I'm kind, I'm funny as hell, and so is my boy Highway. Not stutter though. I mean, Stut would be funny, but he can't get a damn word out of his mouth without having what I call a stutter interruption. And I'm sorry, but I am getting off my damn train of thought. Where the hell was I? Oh, yeah! I'm not too smart. And if you want to know the truth, C-Man wasn't the sharpest knife in the kitchen either. I mean, that's what they call an understatement or some shit like that. You see, he had this freaking problem. You know, he was a little special, man. A little slow in his gait, and you could barely understand a word he said. I mean, C-Man didn't stutter the way that Stut does, but you couldn't understand half of what he said because his tongue, it kind of got in the way. And so anyway, we used to communicate like we were both hard of hearing. You know, like sign language, you know, like the friggin' deaf people do. Oh man, anyway. If it wasn't for C's, I would not be here today. It's sort of like we inherited each other, or something like that. Anyway, I am getting out of this shithole of a school and the shithole town it lives in. And my boy Highway, well, he's getting out too. And Mary. Well, Mary still got another year to go because she had a late start. Her effed up foster parents didn't give a shit if she ever went to school. But I'm proud to say that under my guidance, she's starting to catch up. Old C's helped Mary a lot too. And if you want to know the truth, he taught her how to laugh again. And to not let all the freaking drama get in her way. Mare always loved my boy C's. And if you want to know the truth, I would find myself getting a little jealous. Sometimes. I mean, that's some sick shit. But I knew it was a different kind of love. I used to always ask C's about sex and all that other kind of baloney. He would just get all red in the face and shake his big head. Oh, damn. I wish C's were here to see this. Stupid old bastard. Everything I learned, from him.
When the sun rises over Union Valley, it might just take a moment to pause and think about the people who live there. To the north, you have the wealthy, okay, like the stockbrokers, the lawyers, and especially the doctors. There are a lot of doctors because of Union Valley Hospital, which lies about 5 miles north of the highway. I have a friend named Highway, by the way, and we call him that because his house is on one. It's really funny how Highway's house sits in between an auto repair shop and a Dunkin' Donuts. My boyfriend O'Neill says that he's kind of like a sandwich, you know, just stuck in the middle, hoping that someone will eventually notice him. I guess, in a way, we're all kind of like a sandwich, you know, just simply slapped onto the earth, just waiting for someone to eat us up. I truthfully always felt that way growing up in a foster home. But being a foster kid is a lot worse than being a sandwich, okay? It's more like the bottom of the sandwich barrel, you know? Like the peanut butter without the jelly. And what's worse, without any milk. Only water to help get you through. Yep, that was me. I was the peanut butter of the family, and though I wasn't worth much, something like $900 a month. There were the perks. Oh, whatever. Found a way around that. The dirty old dog would come walking towards my door, and I knew it was time to arrive. Yes, sir. Make-believe Mary made believe she was a tree. A really big one with lots of thorns and squirrels to bite his neck. Sometimes I'd become a stove with raging hot flames that would sear his soured sound straight into the pits of hell. And then I'd open my eyes and see nothing until he went away. I am a chameleon, you know, like a dial on a television. Channel 1, Channel 2, Channel 3, Channel 4. Soon it ended. Soon, I had moved in with O'Neill and his mom's house. Yep, it's the same house where Caesar used to live. Doris, that's O'Neill's mom. Well, she took me in, and I lived in the basement with Caesar and O'Neill upstairs. Doris sort of inherited me, you know, just like the dirty old dog did too, but she was kind and generous and helped me not to have to make believe anymore. He lost his medical license, and after the hearing, his family moved far away. Not far enough. Never is it? The woman I talk to says that I'm amazing. A tribute, or something like that. An example of how love can overcome anything. What can I say? She doesn't know O'Neill and all the love we found together. And I don't mean in the physical way, no. I mean more like the soul way. O'Neill's mom, she says that Caesar caused it. Highway says that he felt that way too, and that he's glad that he feels like a sandwich living on a highway because it taught him that being different is a good thing. You know, like being a ship bouncing around with each wave and curve that life can throw at you. But C's taught me that most. Gosh, look at the curveball he had to catch. And Stut, too. Stut would say, Ma, I'll try to speak better. Whew. Stut is hot. I mean sizzling hot. And all the girls in Union Valley try to get him under their rich and neat, tidy little sheets. I hate them for it. They use him and throw him away like he's a prize won at a carnival. A prize that they talk about in the locker room after gym class. But Stut, he's starting to see that he's worth a lot more than just being a sex machine. Oh, look, here's Stut now. He's coming home from work. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. He can't always talk, but he sings. Really? Just like a canary in a cage.
Well, I beat the drum and hold the phone. The sun don't mind, I will not stutter for this monologue. You get my drift?
I hope you all won't mind if we do what's called a poetic license or something like that. I mean, we could be here until hell freezes over if we want to hear what Stud has to say. So, what do you think? You give a thumbs up?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, my man, the floor is yours.
First off, my name is Steve. Just for the record. Now, in my mind, I can be a dumb-ass dictionary. I mean, I freaking know the words and their meanings, but my lips just can't seem to get them out right. I fix cars on the highway, next to Highway's house. And I like that because didn't I know that I have a pal around just in case some assholes come and try to make fun of me? Make fun of me? It's not fun, and I wish they understood how it makes me feel. The looks in their eyes and the way they move their hands. Come on, son. Just get it out. I'm thinking to myself, hey, I'm trying to here, mister, but it ain't all that easy. For real, you think I would lie about this type of shit? Doc says that my stutter comes from my childhood. See, my dad used to hit my mom, like really hit her. Doc thinks that she was probably hit while I was in the stomach and that I was traumatized or some shit like that. For real. Well, Dad got sent off to the can because one day he really did a number on her. See, my dad is from where Bob Marley is, and my mom, well, she's Irish. Like, really Irish. She was freaking born there in a town called Galway. And my dad was born right outside of the Montego Bay on a little island called Jamaica. Yeah, people say that's why I'm so goddamn good looking. It's in the mix or something like that, right? Something like that. Anyway, after Dad got sent off to the can, Mom went back to Galway. And she left me with my dad's mom, who really feels bad about the whole thing. See, because my mom didn't think that I would fit into Galway, that my Jamaican skin would make me feel different. Well, she said it was my skin, but I know she meant my stutter. And one day, I swear, I'll learn how to talk right. I'll get all the words out just fine, and I'll be great, and I'll show her. My dad's mom always says, she says, you've the making of a great man. Just like that, every single day, and she says that I am great just the way I am. Yeah, to be great. Like my man number 42, Jackie Robinson, right? That's a man who played the game to win. You know, I used to be quite the shortstop myself when I was a child. Yep. They called me shortstop stutter. Until one day, it just got to me. So I turned in my glove. I sorta found another hobby. See, I'm happy. Right, man? And all the girls want a piece of me. I mean, by the time I was in the 11th grade, I had slept with 5 of them. Cause see, no one gives a shit if you're stuttering in bed. No one is wondering what your freaking thoughts are on world peace or someone like Gandhi or that older lady, Mother of Teresa. No one gives a damn when they're horny. And these Union Valley babes are all born horny. And if you want to know the truth, they have no compassion. All they do is use me. Well, I think it's time for me to show them that I am more than a hot piece of ass who fixes cars. Highway's house. Now, Highway's mom is from Poland, and his dad is Jewish. I think he's from freaking Israel. No kidding. Anyway, when I heard about that guy Hitler and all that shit that he pulled, it made me over the top mad. I mean, no doubt this cat would have killed me because of my stutter, and no doubt he would have killed Caesar because of his different problem. I mean, what the? Did he think that he was going to inherit the whole entire planet just for the Germans? How is that? Is still pissed off for what they did to his ancestors. Putting them in those goddamn ovens, cooked, like they didn't mean anything. And I would have loved to fight those German mothers. Woo! Those lousy German bastards. I mean, what the heck were their morals? Better off, right, if they nailed fibroids like I did. Better off if they let off some steam in that way. You know, if I had one wish, it would be to put those guys in the can with my dad and his Jamaican temper. Right? That would be sweet. Let me text Highway and tell him that, right? I think that'll make him feel a whole lot better. Because for once, my dad hit someone who deserves it. Sweet.
Hello to the universe that I call my home. You know, living on a highway gives a young man like me great insight. One thing, developed a special talent that I like to call tracking tires. It's correct. I can track any type of tire in the car that it belongs to. Hear a Buick a mile away and a Jeep a little bit closer. As I lay on my bed's mattress during the course of my evening rest, fall asleep to the sounds of the highway and its story. What can I say? You know, the world is a stupid place. And accidents are the stupidest thing ever. Can't people just do whatever they want? They drive fast, slow, mean, stupid, drunk, high. Anyway, my history teacher, he's a pretty nice type of guy, you know? He teaches us about the past, like the Civil War, for example. We watched this movie called Beloved by some woman named Toni Morrison. What a mad, crazy plot. Here was this mother who killed her own kid instead of letting the slave people think. When I saw that part of the movie, I nearly damn well cried. I swear, I can understand why she would do that. No kidding. Slave stuff is whack. For real. I know, because my own ancestors were put in ovens only because they were Jews. And to this day, my pops can't sleep at night. I mean, he was just a baby at the time, but it don't matter. He's his blood, if you know what I mean. Anyway, he walks through the house. He looks out on the windows facing the highway. He catches some sleep on the couch eventually, but I swear he can't stop moving those curtains as if someone's going to come and steal our house, or even us. Me and my mom, that is. Mom, she's from Poland. She's very pretty, and I have to tell you, she's very Catholic. She loved that guy, the Polish Pope who got shot, and then he went and forgave the guy who shot him. It's very Jesus, if you ask me. If you look around our house, you see a lot of pictures of Jesus. And then all that holy water and the rosaries that Mom prays on. My dad, his name is Marie Schwartz. And he doesn't even care. He doesn't even care if my mom is so into religion, as long as she doesn't expect him to get into it. He won't, you know, because he says there really can't be a God after everything that happened to his family and all the other Jews. I did a report on Hitler for my history class, and some kids complained to their parents that I upset them and it was a big, huge mess. Hell, what do you expect from me? It's only telling the truth. You know, some kids and their parents like to believe that the whole world was created only for them. Like they inherited the whole damn place. So big crap if your bratty little kid gets sad for a day. What the hell's the big friggin' deal? It's like, you think life is only happy? Well, me and my friends know that it isn't. And now that Caesar's gone, we've all come to understand that death is just a part of life. It's like the minute you're born, you're just 1 minute closer to dying. And that all became true when C-Man died. It's like everything was dark and cold just for an instant. And to this day, I'll never forget about that man named Caesar and what he did for me, and especially my dad. My dad would laugh when Caesar came over. It's like he knew he was meant to be here to remind us all why people like him were supposed to inherit the earth. Imagine, my pops was quoting from my mom's Bible. My mom even brought Caesar to confession once, as if he had any damn sins to confess. But she was really just trying to get me and O'Neill and Sutton to that box. Well, as it turned out, Mayor joined us. She and O'Neill had a makeout session in the confessional, no one refused. Damn, son, this is some messed up shit. Those two are like freaking Adam and Eve, and Caesar has them out to the damn priest he was confessing to. Caesar could be so simple sometimes, you know? He was always honest as hell. The priest says to Caesar, "What are your sins, son?" Caesar answers, "I don't have any sins, Father." The priest says, "Everyone has sinned, son. Don't be afraid. God forgives everyone." Well, Caesar, you know, he thinks for a second. You know, he always had to think about every damn decision he ever made in his life. Well, he thinks good and hard, and he begins to tell the priest how he was jealous that O'Neill and Mayor were making out in the next confessional. Damn, son, the priest blows up with the atomic bomb in friggin' Japan. Boom, boom, all kinds of colors showing up on his face like he was having a damn stroke or something. The guy jumps up, races like a rat from his little box of where love's creation was, and boom! Out rolls Mayor and O'Neill. The two of them planted on the church floor like two naked spiders on the back. Arms here, legs there. Wow. Poor O'Neill got so nervous, I think he passed wind. Maybe it was the priest who did. Hell, it could make any priest a little jealous, if you know what I mean. I mean, personally, I think a young couple should be given some sort of accommodation, so they can at least make out. Now, don't get me wrong, we've all been known to slip into the back of a van or something. I mean, my mom and pops are right. You know, we should all wait until we say I do, but it's the hormones and all that shit. It's like, 1 minute you're talking, the next you got a girl's bra in your pocket. You see my boy Stud, he said he wanted to stop this type of action because he figured he was being used. But then there was this confession, chick after chick. Man, I thought the priest was really gonna die. You see my boy Stud is so hot, but my man C's would say, "Stephen, you can be a celibate." C's and his damn pronunciation of words. Between C's and Stud, you never know what the hell is being said. Shit, maybe those two should have been politicians. They'd have been good.
I'm ready to do this. This would be okay. Hello down there. It's Caesar here. That is correct. It's Caesar as in Julius Caesar. You know the guy who got stabbed in the back by his buddy Brutus and Brute? What a mess those mortals be. Hey, like mine. Right? And my spat's nice and shiny. Hey, what about those Mets? Does anyone know? Man, I miss my baseball and my boys, and Mary and Doris too. My peeps, my gang, oh, and my crib. My crib was at O'Neill's crib, if you know what I mean. He inherited me or something like that, because I was sent down to teach him a thing or two. Ain't that something? Because to be honest, I wasn't the sharpest spoon in the kitchen.
I'll take it.
To be honest, it wasn't an easy walk in the park for those kids, and if you ask me, they all inherited a bad set of cards. You know, a rigged deck, a bad hand. Mary had it the worst, I think, but she's okay now. O'Neill says that they are fat, which really means bad, which really means good. Bad good, which means very good. And this is my word, son. Hear what I'm saying?
I sure do, C's. You helped Mare shit her shing, 'cause it wasn't her fault. It's that dog, yeah, right. He was a dog of a man. And the guy, Hitler, oh, he killed people like they didn't mean nothing. Oh, you're right, C's, more like a snake, with a face full of fangs and a ton of lies. A memory never to be forgotten.
Ah, I get it. It's all history, as they say. Well, I have a history too. And I can't say that I was a real funny dude. A real small type of guy who made everyone nicer. Even the teachers liked me. But they hated my gang. Let's see, I'll do a flashback. That's it. A story. Okay, here we go. Ring out, and let's rock and roll. Ring out Mr. Stone in the teacher's cafeteria at Union Valley High.
Don't ask. It's not even sixth period and I have those damn morons eighth. This crap all over the place where everyone is a loser. And what do? They give me those useless pains in my ass the last period of the day. It's my inheritance from hell if you ask me. And I just can't wait to blow out of here when the bell rings. I'll be off to Atlantic City, my friend, riding the wave called life. I love it. You know what I mean? I pray for the day when I win the big number, and then I am out of here. I asked for the advanced class in chemistry, but do I get it? No. I've only been here for 26 years. You think I might know something about chemistry? Hey, will you pass the salt? I love salt on my fries. Salt, ketchup, and more salt. Hey, I know I have high blood pressure, but it's because of those morons. What do they expect me to be? Neil Armstrong? They expect me to get O'Neill to pass a basic chem regents? He doesn't do any of his work. All he does is talk about the old man like the old man is some sort of father figure. I know. His old man was killed in Iraq. But you know what? It is so not my problem. It's the real world, and people have to play the hand they are dealt. And so, some kids lose a father in a war. That's life, real life. Then a sidekick Mary. Really? I don't think so. That poor doc lost his medical license and almost went to the can. You believe her? Well, judging by her last test, you wouldn't know the difference between a cell in a body and a cell in a can. Oh, please, these kids and their excuses. Look, I am a teacher, not a social worker. Let me tell you, when I went to school, I did my work. And if I didn't, I knew how to cheat so my teacher didn't look bad. Then there is that stutter. The guy who you can't understand even when you try to. All the girls are trying to flirt with him. Well, the kid fails and all the girls fail too. Is it my fault? The only one who has half a brain is that one highway. And that's because he's half Jew. You know, the Jews. Well, they're even smarter than the Asians. Now, why the hell didn't they hire me at the yeshiva? I mean, I would have worn one of those little hats even. I told them that too, and they never even called me back. No. My inheritance is O'Neill, the orphan with the old man called Einstein. Mary's a tattletale, Stutter's a babbling brook, and Highway's a half-Jew, who, by the way, got 100 on his history regents. Now, why can't the kid do that in my class? I mean, really, is it me? Geez, has anyone seen my keys? Where are my keys? Damn kids.
I got pregnant with Eugene when I was 20. It was 1991 and Ron and I were crazy in love. I met him when I was 17 and he just joined the army. He looked so handsome in his uniform and hat, shiny shoes, face like Sidney Poitier, and charm like Errol Flynn. His smile would light up a room. His kindness and gentle way of letting people feel good about who they were. He was stationed in California for a while and then he came out east. That's how Eugene came to be born. It was great, really. I was an army wife, and I always thought that Eugene would be the typical army brat. Didn't quite work out that way. Eugene was 10 when 9/11 happened, and it wasn't long before Ron was sent to war. And he had no choice. But as much as I protested, there was no talking him out of it. Letters were always the same. I love you, Eugene, and I will return as soon as I can. And he never did. I remember the funeral like it was yesterday. All the fanfare, taps at the grave, a flag folded like a napkin and handed to me as if it was gold. Well, if I can't kiss or touch now, can it? Certainly can't teach a young boy how to catch a fish or how to swim. It was tough. I had a young son to raise. And it was so hard for Eugene. You know, a little boy with the spirit of the wolf. Caesar used to call him the wild one. The two of them became best friends. You know, it was almost as if God gave my son this simple old man to lead him into manhood. Like a godly inheritance. Seed. He was planted in our lives where we could focus on love and not on destruction. Caesar came into our lives almost as soon as he left it. Before he came to live with us, he lived with a brother who got up one day and just left, gone like a balloon in the wind. Well, the church I go to temporarily adopted him, and that's how I came to meet him. It took Eugene to meet him. And the minute he laid eyes on him, he just smiled from ear to ear, a smile just like his father. And I couldn't say no. So Caesar came to live with us. He became part of the family, one of our gang. Caesar was funny as hell, a total neat freak. And he loved the boys. Highway and Stephen, they protected him like he was Alcatraz or something. I swear he never went anywhere without the old man. And then it wasn't long before Mary came to live with us. And the stage was set for all sorts of escapades. Caesar taught Mary and Eugene how to smile again. My son with his dad's smile, and Mary would make believe she was a tree. Her tree soon became a flower, and eventually she learned to shed the memories. Even Union Valley High School got used to the old man. Once I got called in because Eugene got into it with a health teacher who said that someone like the old man was a bother, not worthy to be here, blah, blah, blah. Well, the next day, Mary and the boys brought Caesar in for a Q&A about baseball. He knew every series, all the dates, all the batting averages, you name it. I'm not a sports person, but after that, the gym teacher hired Caesar to keep track of the scores at games. I think that included any bets that were being placed, too. And, of course, the old man was the beer buyer, the one who would go into the store and just happen to buy a case or two. I mean, really, you can't make it up. It's the mother of a teenager you want to forget with the hopes that they'll all grow up someday. Someday. One day. Caesar really did teach them all something, and I don't think I will ever forget it. See, Stephen comes to me. He says, "Doris, God, a girl Valley train station, and it ended in health class. But something happened in between. It was as if Caesar prayed to someone up in heaven to come down and lend a kind and simple helping hand.
I see the sunshine since I don't know when. I was looking for some prison and time keeps dragging on. I hear the train coming from down to San Antonio.
Well, looks like I hit it out of the park.
Maybe not. She hasn't called to confirm she's pregnant yet. We'll wait and see.
Those damn hormones. Did she take off her bra?
It isn't her fault.
I mean, how did this happen? You used something, right?
Really, Stut, you were careful, right?
It broke so fast. Boom! It was a home run.
My mom will die. My pops will too.
My mom will cry. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. Okay. She's not pregnant.
Okay, I'm your substitute teacher for today. Like it or not, you little monsters. Just do your work. Open up to page 51. Answer those questions about reproduction. Hey, I heard your friend Stutter had a close pull there. You know how it is around here. Everybody knows everybody's business.
Watch, Stone. I'm not in the mood for your indifference.
Whoa! Indifference! Indifference. Gee, now what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Condoms that break, condoms that don't work, that's indifference, Stone.
Condoms that break? No, not in my class, sister. You know, if you read the book, you'll learn how to use them.
Oh, right, it's all in the book.
Is it any wonder that our friend Stut had a near miss? This guy thinks he's a sex ed teacher.
That's it! I'm calling security! I'm not gonna be put up with this disrespect! Security! Security! I am leaving, and wait till I tell the principal about Stut and his near miss.
Hey, Stone, why don't you mind your own business?
Don't mind other people's business, needs to be hot tone. Got all I can do just to mind my own. Why don't you mind your own business? Why don't you mind your own business? Cause if you mind your own business, then you sure won't be minding mine.
Hey, what's with the coughing? I don't want any germs in here.
Mind your own
business.
He has 102. I think I should call the doctor, there's a lot going around. Why is there a condom in his
Mom.
pocket?
It's a gift from Mr. Stone.
Yeah, great sex ed teacher.
Can we just take him to a hospital?
Look, I think you're right, but first there's something I have to tell everyone. Caesar's brother called. Seems like he's coming back from Haiti, and he wants to take Caesar back. Look, I know what you're thinking, but a long-lost uncle of Caesar's died and left him a big inheritance. The funeral is next week.
Mom, we can't just let him take him. He's ours.
Old green greed, the temple in disguise. Can we pray?
Hey, no, let's fly away like a bird with wings. I'll take Caesar where he will never be found.
Mom, we can't just let him take him. Tell the brother to keep the money. We don't want it.
Look, I talked to a lawyer last night, and there's nothing we can do right now. First things first, let's get Caesar to a doctor. After the uncle's funeral next week, we'll work it all out. Look, I agree. Green and greedy as it gets. Let the brother take the money. But, you know, who knows? Maybe Caesar's long-lost brother, the parson, maybe he wants to use the money for his mission in Haiti.
Yeah, right.
God has had his way. We are all God's servants. We must all say yes to God. Hallelujah! The meek shall inherit the earth. And so, Let God's will be done.
And who shall inherit the meek, parson? Or rather, whose inheritance are you after?
Take the inheritance. Caesar's ours.
Who speaks? I am a man of the cloth.
A dishcloth? You're looking mighty grimy, parson.
Woman, you will watch what you say.
Yeah, she is a woman, and she's my woman.
You step back, son.
No! You step back, you dirty, rotten scoundrel!
Ah!
Stud! You're back?
Stephen has returned. Fittingly so. Now, the man known as Stuttering Stutter has changed. Now, what's this I hear about an inheritance? Insane, immoral, profoundly disturbing.
He wants me back.
Well, this is not going to happen. Now that I fit in, good will conquer evil. Yeah, my trip to Galway was a home run. No more fixing cars for me. Hey, I think I'm going to go to school and study linguistics, which is the etymology of words. Ah, Doris, aren't you the most beautiful flower? And Mary. Flowers juxtaposed against the living bed.
What the hell happened to you?
Well, I took a stroll down the old long walk of the A-I-A-I. I met a little girl, we started to talk the other day. So I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I knew back then we'd be taking the world. And the Saw Hill Prongs of the Galway girl. She was halfway there when the rain came down the bay. I invited her to my flat downtown of bay. I asked you, friend, what's the fella to do? Cause the hair was bright and the eyes were blue. And I knew back then we'd be taking the world when I gave my heart to the Galway girl.
Well, the old parson broke his hip when he fell in the grave. His holy people took it as a bad sign, and they turned on him, like a snake can turn on the hand that feeds it. The ambulance lawyers all got involved, and at the end of the day, Caesar did get his inheritance. He wound up giving it to the pediatric ward where he died. You know, they tried, but they couldn't reverse what is nature. Seems like just yesterday when it all happened, it's hard to believe that it's been 4 years. 4 years. Like a lot of stories, this one had a happy and a sad ending. Stutter wound up with the Galway girl. He coaches a baseball team in Ireland, and everyone is allowed to play. Mary and my Eugene got married. They have a little girl named Doris. With God's help, Eugene will get into law school and become a defender of the most vulnerable. Highway. Well, he's going to school to become a rabbi, go figure. His father can finally sleep at night, and his mother continues to pray for us all. As for me, I know that I'll only love once in my life. And I'll wait till I can see Ron again. As far as inheritances go, I'd say I was pretty damn lucky. 3 boys and 1 girl, all perfectly flawed. And 1 old man. Field of passion, wisecracking, smart, and quick to pray when things got tough. 1 potted seed planted to watch them grow. Once I was given the most beautiful orchid. I was told to water it every 10 days. It was its nature to need a little water. Ironically, it needed a lot of sun, a handful of attention, and an appreciation for how it was created. It seems the orchid just wants to know that someone is watching. Attention is important. And it's all that God asks us to give to his inheritance, God's strange and poignant way of letting us know how much he loves us. Sadly, orchids don't live long lives. But while they're here, they truly are the most beautiful of all flowers, always looking towards the light and asking for the least in return.
The tears have all been shed now. We've said our last goodbyes. His soul's been blessed, he's laid to rest, and it's now I feel alone. He was more than just my father, a teacher, my best friend. And he'll still be heard in the tunes we share when I play them on my own. And I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. I thought he'd live forever. He seemed so big and strong. But the minutes fly and the years roll by for a father and a son. And suddenly when it happened, so much was left unsaid. No second chance to tell him thanks for everything he'd done. And I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. God, I miss him, the old man.
Well done, my friend. Job well done.
Oh, all the money that here I have, I spent it in good company.
And all the harm that e'er I've done,
Alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall.
a parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all.
All the comrades that I am.